everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay guys, I am the first to admit I have been behind. We've just had some personal challenges here the last couple of weeks, so I apologize. Lost track of time, lost track of days. Just had some medical things that we're handling in our house. So here we are. So I know it's midweek, but we've got 5 days left for the weekly wake up, so let's see what's in store for us. So a lot's been going on in the world, so it's really, really, really important that we learn how to slow down. Take a breath, come into our own heart, letting go, get out of the mind, get out of the head, really get into that body essence so you can feel safe and use that divine knower, that part of yourself that simply knows what to do and how to do it. Bring more of that forward in these changing times. So let's go ahead and practice that. So if we go into the heart, let go of that fear, that insecurity, that self-doubt, or that tension, or that tightness, right? The constriction. And really just surrender. Even if you don't know how to do it, just surrender. Just really let go. Use your breath to help you, right? You can do that. And if it helps, place your hands on your heart to do that. And then we're going to take those 3 breaths, right? Going into the heart, the white light, following it all the way down into the center of the earth. And as we do, we let go. And then we inhale all the way up to the top of our head, hold it for a count of 3. And then exhale, falling that all the way back down through the body, following that white light all the way back down into the center of the earth. And as we do, we're letting go. And if you can see the white light, great. If you can't, that's okay. We're strengthening with this visualization. We're strengthening all of your intuitive senses to make it easier for you to be able to trust your instincts and to know what to do and to know what actions to take or inactions to take, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. Into the heart, and then 3 long breaths. Okay, so right away we're opening, and I feel like as we open to this energy, it's just so loud. Like all of a sudden I'm standing in the middle of an orchestra and every instrument is out of tune and every instrument is calling for attention, trying to get attention. So this is the world we're living in right now. So many talking heads, everybody's trying to get our attention, whether it's in your home, and you've got children and chaos and work and partnership, blowing up, escalating, or whether you're in the streets or whether you're in a hospital, wherever you are, there's just this incredible amount of energy that's happening. And what we're really being asked to do is to stop, right? And that's not easy. And we're being asked to slow down. And we're being asked to let go and to surrender everything that we think we know. Everything that we think we're supposed to be doing, we're being asked to revamp, reset, re-inquire. Is this good for me? Is this good for my home? Is this good for my community? Is this good for the world? Is this good, right? Like you're being asked to rediscover and to open up to your truth, to settle down and to feel the feelings and not be afraid to feel, right? But the biggest thing is slow down and take a breath. When we slow down and take a breath, now the universe has a chance to get in to inform us what's next, right? So stop leading from the head, stop running out there and doing craziness or participating or running our mouth or what we think we should do or sitting on the sidelines. Any of the conversation we have about where we belong in this whole, Black Lives Matter conversation, in addition to the pandemic, it's like just stop for a second and open to discover what's possible. And if enough of us stop and open to discover what's possible, things can change. And things can then be, like I just see it as a grassroots movement, move through you, your role, your participation, and how you're supposed to voice yourself, and how you're supposed to present yourself, and how you're supposed to influence yourself to move from point A to point B, right? This is about you. If we look internal and we take care of pulling the weeds in ourselves, we can then demonstrate to others a better way to be, a call to action, right? It's not talking then, it's actually shifting our energy from the ground up. So if enough of us shift our energy from the ground up and look and see, where have I contributed to this conversation? Where have I contributed in my own household, right, to what's right or what's wrong? It's about looking within and making the changes and letting go of the need to overly demonstrate a right or wrong conversation. So we want to get out of that paradigm because it just perpetuates the old, and we have to come together in a new way. And it begins internally with ourselves and recognizing our own habits, our own infrastructure, our own fragility, making peace with that, forgiving ourselves, and then being able to move forward. And when we do that, we make space so we can recognize somebody else's pain and not reject it, but to hold space for them. So we're being asked to hold space for other people, which in my idea of holding space is you don't try and take away their pain. People are in pain. You're being asked to listen to the pain. You're being asked to cry with them. Wow, there's so much energy here. You're being asked to hold that energy so that change can happen, because change doesn't happen without healing, right? And without people being heard. So listen to your friends, listen to their stories, listen to the people you don't know. Listen to their stories. If you don't know the stories, inquire about the stories and feel their pain. It's okay to feel somebody else's pain. It's part of humanity. And by feeling their pain, it releases us, makes us more human, gets us out of our head, touches on our pain so we can heal too. And now from here, we can create a new story. We can create a new dialogue. So this week is all about opening up within ourselves, being present. And when we're present and we're holding space and we're listening to others, we're touched by them. We can feel what's going on for them. And in turn, they can heal and we can heal. So there's so much opportunity for shifting and change, and opportunity to be seen and heard, not in the familiar way, but in a new way of just holding space, being quiet, and breathing. Now, as we move further into the week, Friday, we've got, so first of all, let's just say astrologically, there is an eclipse, and an eclipse is, this is a full moon lunar eclipse. So it's like the full moon on steroids, right? And so it's a bigger moon, and I almost feel like it's a contradiction inside of ourselves. So I'm feeling this, kind of twisted energy. You could feel it like love, hate. You could feel it like, I want to change, but I'm not sure if I should change, or I want to move forward, but yeah, I'd rather just stay back here. So it's emotional conflict going back and forth, whether it's internally within you, or we can obviously see it externally as well. But don't be afraid of it. It's like recognizing it's an energy. Don't buying into it, using it as an excuse. Oh, the eclipse made me do it, but just know that there can be some short fuses, short-tempered. You yourself might find yourself kind of a little bit out of whack. The best thing you can do is surrender. The best thing you can do is hold the space for allowing people to have their peace. It's like when a toddler has a tantrum, you just make sure that they have a tantrum in a safe place, right? That nothing happens to them. So if somebody in your household is upset, let them have some space to be upset, right? But you don't want to step in harm's way when they're upset, right? You just want to hold space. You want to hear about it, but you don't want to jump in there when a toddler's having, his tantrum, because what do toddlers do? They can bite, they can throw things, they kick feet, and you can get hit in the head and you don't know it. It's the same thing can happen in, as we look out into the world with what's happening here in the U.S. with the riots and and with the peaceful planning, those marches. So just be aware. That's all. Just be aware. If you participate, be aware and hold space for people, but don't involve yourself, right? And what I mean by that is let somebody say something, allow them to be heard, let them have their voice, but don't let it create a reaction in you. So that's what I'm saying. I don't mean don't get involved in what's going on. I mean don't get reactive. There's a difference. Being reactive is thinking, and that's an old pattern that you're being asked to let go of. This isn't that. This is allowing yourself to hear what they say, be influenced by it, and to hold space for it, right? So that everybody can be heard, as opposed to just talking heads and old paradigms. So this can usher in new ways of being and new opportunity. But it's like when they two meet, it's like this, it can be this catalyst. So just be aware, a lot of energy that Friday night, Saturday, and the next 10 days beyond that, they're always catalysts for change, and there's sudden, quick surprises is what we find with eclipses. So just know there's this big energy happening Friday night. So just go with the flow, open to it, trust yourself. There's also really great creative energy here. So that means solutions can happen. Solutions can happen for you in your life. There's a creative opportunity to be able to have fun and think about new ways of doing things. So there's a lot of good here that can happen for us and across the board. So it's really trusting your ability to create, trusting your ability to hold space and to listen and to inquire, and allow that inquiry to open up inside of you to lead you to someplace new. So that's what the whole week is about. Not to know how to fix anything, not to be reactive, and to let the energy flow through you, through creation, through creativity, and through curiosity. So the biggest thing that we can help ourselves this week is to be curious. I'm just curious about that, right? And when you're curious, it opens you up to that spiritual realm that allows your intuition to flow and allows other people to be seen and heard. And it changes the paradigm that we live in. So those are the three things you really want to focus on this week. Enjoy yourself, enjoy the process. This is an amazing opportunity for change to happen, and you're part of it. So this is the best way to do it. Hold that space, be creative, be open, be loving, and enjoy it. All right, you guys, lots of love. Thank you for your patience with me and my weekly wake up. I'm not going to promise I'm going to be on time next week. I'm going to do the best I can, given the circumstances that are going on in my life. Like all of you, there's a lot happening behind the scenes that people don't know about. So be well, everybody. Lots of love to you, and I'll connect with you again next week. Thanks a lot.